So we'll start over there too. But yeah, so she's starting in August. She already has her classes. Like she was told from the college, I guess the admissions person was down at her school, but she was told that she would like get her first year for free, I think. I'm like, you need to check that out because I've never heard that before. So I'm hoping that she does. So it's not going to be, I mean, she's only going to like the local community college for a couple of years to get like a lot of her prerequisites out of the way. And then from there, she wanted to do, wow, that opened up a ton of times. That's, whoops. For YouTube, it's like, hey, let's just open up a ton. Oh, well, it works. But yeah, so she's going for finance. So she's going to go to the local community college, get all her requisites out of the way, and then I don't know where she's going to go after that. Like where I work, we have a discount with a number of colleges. I think that includes, like, I know at the time when I was going for my master's, I got 50% off, and I think they said for family it was 25. So I'm hoping that's the case because that's going to be kind of nice and helpful. But we'll see for sure. I have my Mac open right now too, like just down over here. I have my stream up. I would like to have like a little thing that kind of, I want to move like this giant monitor I have like right here. I want to move it kind of out and to the left a little bit more, so then I can have like a little thing coming up, so I can kind of put my laptop right here, which should be enough room to have that here, so I can kind of keep an eye on what's going on. And like right now I have to look kind of off to the left a little more than I want, but yeah, so I took this week off of work too, which has been nice. I wanted to clean our garage, and I've gotten pretty far in that. I worked on one side already that was pretty much done, and then our entire back wall, which I'm trying to think how wide it is. It's technically, it would be very close, but we could park 3 cars wide in our garage. It'd be like they'd be super close next to each other, but it's possible, so it's pretty close. Like, I'm trying to think. It's maybe 18 feet. So then I got part of that done, or I got the whole back wall done, except for, all the stuff that was in front. And then we got stuff on the shelves, so we need to start going through all those and start throwing stuff away that we don't want. So I have like a pile for recycling. I have a pile for burning because I've been working, like doing some woodworking stuff. That I have like a shelf right over here behind, just over there, which I'm going to move my desk out more, and I'm going to put that behind me, or maybe up over here over here instead. And then put my guitar stuff on that, and then have but I gotta be careful because I don't want my cat to jump up behind me, because there's some stuff back there and I don't want him to knock stuff down. But like I said, so what we're going to do, I need to, like, I've been kind of, just like short walking thing. So we need to sit down and focus on actually doing something, because I do want to make a game, and I'm not doing that. I need to make sure that I do that. So I'm going to just start forcing myself to just push forward and do that. So with that said, I did have like a ton of notes that I've been taking. So I want to try to get ahead so that I have an understanding of how things work. So some of the videos I watched, I actually have some good information on. Yeah. So I got a ton of good information. So if you looked at how I did some of the other things, it's like if we look, so what we could do, blueprints. So if we go into like this one, actually I need to set this up still, but we can do that here in a second. So they have all this set up. So I'm going to kind of edit this a little bit as we move forward, but it's not this one. Hang on. So I can show you real quick. I'm not going to I'm just going to delete it here in a second, but I did want to show you what I was talking about before we continue. APB deletes. We're just going to call it ABP delete. So when we went in here, if you guys remember, we had our state machine. No, we had our we had like a blend space, or no, what did we have? We had it was in a blend space. The blend space was in further. I don't think it was a function. Yeah, it was in a function. What was it? I'd have to go look. But you basically we had something that was connected into here. Then you can go in this. Gosh, what was it? Well, I'm going to open that up real quick. Hang on. Let's open up a new one. I can open up a new one. But I think it literally will open up this exact same project. So give me 1 second. Oh, no, it doesn't. All right. So we look at this one. And I should be doing all right. I don't think there's too much of a lag because we have the settings for this are set on low. So if we look at our old one, we had our animation bloop. Here we go. State machine. That's what I thought. Oh my. Okay, well, I guess I need to remember that we need to type more. So yeah, we had this the regular. All right, so we can close this. But yeah, we just had this regular old state machine. If I can spell. You know, then we went in here, and then this is where we did everything. Well, we don't. I was watching a number of videos to fully understand how things work, and one of the things that we're going to be going over hopefully today, I think, is there's something called we can cache our poses. So we would basically, hey, I want to do this. Okay, so hang on. So we could put this in here. Oh no, it was out here. We can do, let's say we had this right here. We can go off and we can cache, new cache pose, and then we could save this as, you know, blah or whatever we wanted to save it as. And then in the state machine, we maybe we didn't have it. State, add state. Hang on, I gotta remember how to do this. Blah. Yeah, so we can then use the cache pose blah that we used earlier and just put it there. So anything we did in here would then be associated with this state. So like I said, instead of having all that weird stuff we all had it all in that one state, we can cache a lot of the poses and then just call them later on, which is as many times as we want to. I mean, it's because it's already in that one spot. We're just calling it from memory every time, so it doesn't really have any too much of a hit. So, but yeah, we don't need this open. We don't need that open quite yet. We can go in here and delete this because we don't need it. So what we could do, so it says more of an action adventure game. So we have our characters. This is, you know, our mannequins that we're going to be using for now. I'm not going to worry too much about the characters we're going to be using yet. I'm going to get the template or like a base done, and then I can go back and then I can associate any of the animations we use with the animations with any of the characters we decide to use, which I already have. You know, I was going to use the low poly stuff I have, and, you know, just use those for a lot of the games I'm going to make until eventually, you know, later on, as you know, because those are super inexpensive. So later on, you know, if something, you know, getting a little bit of money flow in, we can then work with some other people and designers to, you know, create, you know, some not necessarily better, but some maybe not necessarily super high, like AAA quality stuff you see in like a lot of the more recent games, but more like, I'm going to say mid poly, but I don't know what it is, what it would really be called. But so we have our we could do is we can create a new folder, call it game. Okay. Yeah, so basically we're gonna go over, we have blend spaces, crouching, and then the leaning, which is kind of neat on how we can do, like, if as we're running and we want to kind of go left, we can kind of lean and it'll kind of run off to that left direction. Or when we're running to the left, you'll start leaning slightly. Okay, so we have this. We're going to use this later on. We're going to have like our materials in here. We'll have our assets. This is like a main folder, and as we go in, it said, hey, materials, maybe a mountain set. We could have like a field set. We could have, you know, a desert set, so, you know, something like that for materials. And assets would be probably the same or something similar. Or you could have, you know, your weapon assets, shield assets, armor assets, you know, one-handed assets, you know, two-handed assets, you know, something like that for weapon-wise. But we can go through that later. So in the character class, what we're going to do is then create a new folder in here. And this is going to be our probably our main character. And then so with our main characters is where we're going to put anything related to the character. So that'd be, you know, the animations, the assets, which we're not going to have right now. So I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so what do I want to call this? I'll just go with character. So we'll just do the main character. Because I don't have a name yet. And even if I were to get a name later, and I don't want to change this, because then it's going to be a pain in the butt to change it like later on after everything's linked and stuff. And we'll just name it main character. We can, but later on we'll probably know what the name of the character is. I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. And then in here we want, we're just going to use the like these mannequin assets that we have on this. So it's not that meshes. There we go. Oh man. Oh. Okay, that's funny. So so we'll be using probably the Manny. So Manny, if I mean you have two, so Manny and Quinn. Doesn't matter to me which one we're using right now, because in the long run we're going to be changing it later. Let me make that bigger though. Oh, hang on. This. Hang on one second. Someone's asking a question. Yeah. Okay, so we have, all right, so we're just talking about that. So the next thing we need to do So we need animations. We do have animations. By default, Unreal has some animations. Sorry, I'm lurking a stream and they were asking questions and I'm like, I know where that is. I'll just tell them real quick. I have them pretty low, so I'm kind of surprised. So where are, all right, so we have our main character and we have animations. Here we go. The first thing we probably should do, because we are import the animations that are needed. This can be done crouch, standing, unarmed, and so on. So we did actually have some. Hang on. There were a couple. Let me move that out of the way. You guys don't need to see none of that on my computer. Downloads. I probably should do. We have Vault over. Okay, so they're using. Okay, so so we're using the main ones. Plus, there's a couple other ones that we do have. I don't remember where I saved. Usually, oh man. Got a crown, and oh my god, it's kind of annoying. A little bit, not too bad. Okay, oh, that's what that one is. All right, hang on. I'm trying to figure out. All right, so let's just go up to download. It's in a 7-zip. Not it. Oh, okay. And save it. So this asset. Okay, hang on. I need to do it. Crouch, idle, crouch, walk. We might not be using those though. I think we're gonna add them though. I want to add there. So we want to add in our own animation. So here we go. We want skeleton. It's going to be our. So we don't want to use this one because you can tell because it says mannequin UE4. So we're in UE5. So we definitely don't want that. So we go in here. Okay, so they're doing them. All right. I don't think there was anything else. I think the rest should be fine. So let's just import. Okay, so these are some of the other animations we had. So what we can do is go into the animations for Manny, I think. Let me check real quick. If we go third person on a blueprints into here, are we using Quinn? Are we using we are using Quinn simple. So let's go to Manny simple. So I had to look into this. The difference between the Manny simple and like the actual the Manny right here is it this one? Well, regardless, whatever, it's this one. The difference is that this one actually has more bones. So if you look at 161, this should have 89, so it has less bones. So that's why it's simpler. It doesn't have, more of the more intricate bones. It probably, instead of having like all the finger bones, no, it probably has all the finger bones, but maybe all the bones in your hand still, because there's still in your hand. I can't even see myself. Hang on, just so I can make sure I'm looking. So in your hand, you have, 1, 2, 3, 3 bones in each of your fingers, I think there's 2 in your thumb, but through here, each of these, there's actually more bones in there too. So these might be, since they don't really necessarily, like the muscles move in your hand, not the bones, that might be why, that could be an area where it could be just one big bone. In your feet are kind of the same way. So that might be another area where it's more, just one bigger bone or something to kind of cut down on from 161 down. But anyway, so we did that. So we're gonna save. Well, if we play our Manny, which is nice. Okay, so we can exit out of there. If we go out, so we have our animations. These are normal. Let's grab some of the other ones though. I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna copy them and put them in here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So then we want to create, it says create a blend space. So we want to animation. So we want legacy and then animation 1D. We'll use the mannequin one. Blend space. What do we say? Maybe movements. So this only has one graph instead of 2. I need to plug in. Okay, so we have our blend space. Usually the name would be speed. So you should have some sort of walk. Walk in place is kind of interesting. So if we watch it, he's just so we're good there. So if you open this back up, I don't know how to get back there. So if we do, so we can look at the bones. This is to maybe change, I don't know. And then you have the blend space. Oh, this is okay. That's the event graph from the anim. Okay, so we go back in here. All right. To do idle or walk. We did walk in place. One of the things I don't walk forward. Oh, shift. You gotta hold shift down, and it can help you with kind of where you're going. There we go. Then, so the MF, I think it's like the model female and then model male, maybe. And what's oh, that's the. So the next thing that I'm gonna want, I do have a. Let me look real quick. We do have a jog, so I don't want to full out run or sprint. Let's put it that way. I don't want to sprint when we're doing this. I want to hold or hit shift to be able to sprint and then and then release to. I don't think I would want to toggle it. I'm used to kind of holding it down when I want to, and then when I don't want to run, I'll let off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I might set it up so you can toggle. I do know in the new Oblivion remaster game, the run is toggle. I do know that. Kind of annoying because I keep forgetting that. So I sit there and run. So I'll stop. If you could stop, right? You could take your hands off, immediately push W again, and you'll start running again. It's kind of annoying. Because I forget about it, and it's taken me forever. All right. I'm not sure where we did have Mixamo. Was it jog forward? All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna check this out. We have these. We're gonna bring in this jog forward I have. Same thing, go down here. We're gonna pick our Manny skeleton. I don't think there was anything else we needed to do. We're gonna import. Oh, I don't know why their head's off. That didn't work out very well, did it? That's not good. So if I do run out of curiosity, what's going to happen? So, okay. Bones. So it's just the animation. We're okay. So what we can do, let us. Okay, that's kind of weird. Is there a walk? Don't think. How would I get? All right, hang on. I'm thinking. What we could do. So we do have one other thing. We do have the character. So what we could do is a new folder. We're going to do character. We bring this in. Import. Oh shoot, I think we're having ads run right now. Let's check. Yep, we do have ads. So we're gonna hold off for a second. I'm just trying to remember how to do this. Um uh, okay. Um okay, I'm trying to remember how to do this. So if we go in here, let's import jog forward tool. Okay, so we can assign it to the skeleton so we can import it. So this should work. See, now it's working. Okay, so we're fine there. So next thing we got to do is go. Oh, wait, are we done? Oh, we got to wait a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so basically we imported the Y-bot we had from Mixamo because all this animation here is from Mixamo. So we linked it to that. Then we can retarget animations from the Y-bot. We're going to target this specific animation to this simple because that's what we're using. We're using the simple, doesn't matter. So we want to do the jog forward. So if we do export animations, we don't want a suffix. We do want to save it to our main character in our animation. So if we export that, we don't, there's nothing to export over. All right, so there it's all right. So it's in there now, right? So let's check and make sure it's working correctly this time. So if you go into animations and we go to jog forward, ta-da, it's working. So and then we're gonna have to import another item as well. So we're going to close out of some of these. We go in here, and then we want jog. We have our jog forward. Shift. Remember, shift allows you to move it, like see how I'm right here. If I don't have shift, it goes with me. But if I hold shift, it goes to the closest spot. So we definitely want that. Walking. That's not working right, is it? So if we push play. Okay, so this is what we want. So they do have a jog. So where's their jog? We don't have to use this jog. Walk forward, walk up, land, jump, idle. If we go, all right, let's look at the mannequin animations. Here we go. What? Run forward. Where's this at? Okay, so they do have a run forward. Where's it at though? Let's go here. Let's do run. Okay, so where's this at? Quinn, Manny. So characters, mannequins, animations. Okay, so we'll copy this. I must have missed it, I guess. So I don't see the run. It's right there. What? Why am I not seeing this? Let me check and make sure. There we go. So what's going on? So I see it now. It's right here. So why? Yeah, it's not doing it right. All right. We do run. Run forward. Okay, I must have missed it. Grab out shift. See how it's a lot better. The other one was like with the legs. It was funny. So all right, so that's good. All right, we got our movements. Okay, what else we need? Whatever, blunt spacer movement. You could set it. All right, so we do want to probably lower this, which I might agree with. Movement. Sorry, I'm typing something. Just there we go. There we go. Sorry. Oh, okay. I will hope you have a good lark. Actually, who is that? Yeah, who is that? It's like, oh, it's hang on, Sue Storm. There we go. Took me a second. I'm like, who is that? And start looking, and I saw the 4, and I'm like, well, who's a 4 and a blonde? So that's gonna be Fantastic Four, and that would be Sue Storm. Perfect. Got it. So yeah, if we go into here, that is that is nice. Honestly, that's a good one. Oh yeah, I'm learning a new song too. I need to put in I do use Firebot, so I need to put in a new thing for when someone wants to redeem, hey, play a song. Unfortunately for YouTube, it won't be over on YouTube. I will make sure it's not played over there because of things, but I will play it on Twitch, and I'll make sure the VOD is turned off so they can't hear it, because I'll have to have the music. I'll have the music playing along with kind of lower, and then I'll have the bass or whatever up a little higher. I'm still learning to play the 3 songs I do know on bass for sure. I know some more, but I need to learn how to play them on guitar, but it's gonna be a little bit. But our max walk speed is 500. That's what I was looking at. And our crouch is, I think we might want that 250, but we can change that later. Grab the jog, shift that, and we'll implement later. Okay, so there is, I'm kind of curious. So let's go back here real quick. And I do want to check out how this jog animation is going to work. Oops. So I don't know how to. There you go. Jog forward. How's this part? Okay, so I wonder if I could find a run. I know on Mixamo there's a little bit quicker run, so we'll I'll need to note that down, because, and then I'll have to figure out how to use, like, blend it, kind of basically blend between this and the actual running, because I know there is a running one, so we'll have to go grab that. I'm not going to do that right now. We're just going to keep going for right now while trying to get this set up. Yeah, so which is all right. So we don't have anything for run right now. This is how fast we're gonna be for now. It's not set up to use this yet, because it won't work. We don't have any of the animations working. Okay. Then all right, so now we need to do. Okay, so we need to do a. All right, so in here as well in the animations, we have our blend space, and then we have their Mixamo character just here. So we could probably do a, hey, how you doing today? Oh my gosh, that I'm really liking your environment. Let me think. Sorry, that kind of. I got a message. Your 2D houses. I mean, they're freaking looking really good. And I was thinking, what if? Because I know there's a way for it to look better, and I was thinking, I know in some of the other games, I know they have it where it's like, you know how in some roofs they have the so you have your roof like this, and then they have like a window or something, so it's like kind of coming off like that, so you can kind of block some of that out. I was kind of curious if that's something that could be done with that, but I don't know for sure. I don't even know if I'm explaining it right. Here, because I was looking at what did I type in? I typed in Final Fantasy houses, Final Fantasy 6 houses. Here we go. Bookmarks, hide. I was looking at some of these, like this one. So they have it like there'd be like a window right here. So I didn't know if that was something that you were looking for. And this just popped in my head, so I was like, oh well, let's. And then you have I don't know. I don't know why it just didn't look right. I don't know why. But yeah, I was thinking, what if you kind of look at Final Fantasy VI or um even I think Anna. Uh, okay, I was gonna say I know Anna. I think she's playing what Lufia. There probably could be something in there. Oh, oh, you can't like create your own and import it, or export some of theirs, import it into the what AS Sprite or whatever this, or the free one. I forget the name of it. The open source one. Says, oh, you might not be able to. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, animation blueprint. There we go. Yeah, she's really good at it though. I was watching her like some of her streams where she's actually working with that. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be that good. This one. Animation blueprint character. Can't do it mid map. Oh, do you have to literally like? Oh wow! So you can't like do something what I'm doing here, just importing stuff to work. Jeez, that kind of that's not. I don't know. Okay, so we need state. I mean, I guess like each, it's probably something to do with the engine itself and the limitations that it has. I would think. In the state machine, drag off and do. Okay, so in the state machine, so you're gonna want the idle, which is gonna be pretty easy. Oops. I can't even spell the man. Jeez. There we go. And then we do have an idle animation. Uh, that's the main character, so we'll just drag. Go. Q compile. The Y. Oh, okay. So it's not hooked up yet. That's what's going on. So why is it still in the A pose? I mean, don't get me wrong. I was watching what you were doing, and I was like, "Well, that's like a normal NES game, you know. Looks or a Super Nintendo game looks pretty good. I like it." And then you pushed play, right? I create my own task. Okay, that's good. But yeah, when you press play and then it showed it how it was in your actual game, that blew my mind because it went from like a Super Nintendo or like type of game to like more. It just was like more defined, and I was like, wow, that's really neat looking. Holy crap. I didn't know you could do that. um okay, so we have, why is it back here? So we'll do walk, run, and then sprint. Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I was like, holy cow, that is just like, I was surprised because I thought it would just look like a normal like game. Um, so go in here. We did create lens space movement. We don't have a speed. I think they wanted, I think we need to. Okay, so why are we just going to promote this to a variable and call it speed? Okay, yeah, we'll do this. Okay, so, all right. There you go. All right. So if you go, oops, I went too far back. I know, and that's why I'm like, I mean, it looks like I said, it looks like it's just a normal Super Nintendo game, which I don't have a problem with, man. That's what I grew up with. I really like those. And then yeah, I was like, wow. Yes, exactly. I think it's because you see less. Wait, what? What do you mean see less? I don't know. So we get speed. If it is speed is greater than 0. There we go. Pile. So we need. Okay, so drag. Okay, so add a new. This is. Okay, walk stop. I think there was a walk in. No. I'm sorry. I kind of get a little bit of like I need to have these lined up type of thing, so I have to highlight them all the time, and then I don't like that. I will. It'll work. So when I'm designing, you see the whole map, smaller tiles. But you would think that if they were more zoomed in, that they would be less, or they'd be like more pixelated. But it's nice and smooth. I mean, it looks. I don't. It just like I said, it kind of blew my mind. I was like very surprised. So this is going to be. So automatic rule based on sequence, we're going to do that because once you hit this, you're just going to go straight into idle. So that's what you want. Since it's just kind of skipping this transition, it's just going to happen. But so here though, we would do speed is less than or equal to 0. Is that what it was? Hang on. Let me think. So this, oh, actually, we don't have to go in. We can actually just hover over and it says speed is greater than. So I know I put 0. So if speed is more than 0, we would go from just standing there to our animation. And then if speed is less than or equal to 0, we'd go into our walk stop, which is that. Actually, we can show you real quick. It's just this. I can actually catch it. Catch it. There. So you're just as you're slowing down, you'll take that extra step and then just kind of stop. And like I said, the when I was watching the tutorial for this, because this series I'm watching is like 85 videos, each are like 30 to 45 minutes long. And I'm kind of watching. So I picked up some things while I'm watching it, which is kind of help, which I forgot about, I should say. Which I'll go over here in a little bit, like this. So they're going to actually go and cache off. Oops, if I can spell. So new cache pose. So we can save this as save locomotion pose maybe. So then we can use that later. Like, and then we'll do a new state. Machine. And this is our main state. So yeah, when you go in here, you can do, let's say we do a new state. We'll name this locomotion. And then in here, we can do cache So we use this pose. So instead of having to do, you know, all of, let me go back, all of this, it's already done for us here. And then we can say, oh, we can use that cache pose that's in memory. We can pull it back to us and be like, we're going to use it right here. But yeah, like I said, when I'm designing, you see the whole map. But yeah, the whole map looks kind of pixelated. So when you zoom in, it looks, I guess, I mean, if you look at it like a map, like Google Maps, I guess I could kind of see that. But yeah, we don't want this. This is, there's something else going in here. If I remember right. So I don't have this hooked up. This is still, oops, when I push play, this is still the old one that we're using. So this is all stuff that's already there still. I can't crouch right now. We'll get that though. Like I said, I'm just kind of idle and jog and get speed. Okay, so yeah, we did the cache already. Yeah, now 1 second, let me close all these. I have too much open. We can close all those. Go back here. There we go. Go back here. So it stunned me to the first time. Yeah. So how do you how do you code in it to make your characters kind of move around out of curiosity with the RPG maker? Is that just something that happens? Like you say, hey, you know, this is a character and, you know, it gets all this stuff that I'm going to drag onto it, and they can just do whatever you dragged on, or is there more to it than that? So cache is just a space in memory where you save these locomotion animations, and then if we need them, we can drag them. So when your game starts, there's things that get loaded into memory, and that's any game really. So if you're playing, you know, ESO, Oblivion, or, you know, the new Doom that came out, they should have things that are stored away. And if, let's say you decide to let's say you decide to swing, right? You have a block, it pulls that out, and then you're immediately doing it. So it's like the blueprints that I'm doing here, kind of right here. So it's like this. Okay. Yeah, that's what I haven't seen yet. Well, you don't have to. I know you preferred like your world design, which I still find very interesting. I might have to kind of learn from you how to make my world when I get there. I do have some ideas of how to do some of the stuff. I have like a lot of biomes stuff. So actually, I can show you some of the stuff. I can find. Remember where it's at? Okay, hang on. I had a giant brain fart. When you, so here, I'll just move this over here real quick so you guys can see. So like this is this biome swamp. It's kind of do I have any other ones? I do not. I don't know where they're at. We'll just do this tropic one. I had like a meadow and a field and stuff, and I also have stuff in here. If we do low poly, there's other things in here too. Oh, Sue Storm that you can use. So some of the like you have this low poly Asian environment. There's I think it's this one. So let's say like some games you can, oh, there it is. Hey, I want, you know, certain flowers that I can pick up, or then other flowers you can't pick up type of thing. Like this has a ton of like mushrooms and flowers that I can use in my game. So this was, it says it was this much, but I actually got it for free. So I don't know. Oh, you want to know what? Sometimes I know back before it became Fab, every once a month they would give out, you know, hey, here's like 5 free things you could have, or 3, one of the 2, I forget. So then I'd just be like, oh, give it to me, free stuff. Give it to me. I like all this free stuff. This was one of the ones. So you could have like this not be able to be picked up, but the mushrooms. Hey, you pick up the mushrooms. We can use them for soup, or we can use them for some sort of meal or some sort of alchemy thing. Which I am not sure what I want to do yet. That's kind of like way, 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 way in the future. Right now, we're working on something. I did want to show you that there's a ton of stuff that I do have that before it moved to this fab library. It was the Unreal Marketplace is what it was called. So I went through and grabbed everything. Everything and anything that was free, I marked on I wanted it. So I got everything. So if we like undo this, I mean, I got like everything that was for free. Hey, how you doing, Blake? Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff I didn't want because I didn't really see the need for it, but like a lot of the more modern stuff, because I like I did really enjoy like Final Fantasy VII, so that's kind of more modern, but I'm not really looking for more modern stuff. But yeah, I have just a ton of stuff. If it's free, it's me. Yeah. So I have to keep an eye out. I know if we actually open, okay, so we do low poly again. Let me see if I can find, if we click this. Okay, so this is going to open over here. So then if you go to fab, and then you can look up free stuff. I don't remember how. Featured seller. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff. There's ads running. We can hold off for a second. But let me see if I can. Oops, I didn't want my library. We want discover. Trying to remember how to do this. I don't remember. I thought it was up in the search. Fab free monthly assets. Oh geez. There we go. What featured free content? Okay. I'm not sure where that is though. Yeah, I'm not sure. Limited time featured sellers environment. Here we go. Free content. There we go. It's right here. Ooh, free foliage. Interactive foliage physics. That's free. Let's add it to my library. Yeah, there we go. Got free stuff already. Gotta love that free stuff. Free animation library. Free. It's free. Oh, that's not free. Oh, it is free. Add to my library. There we go. Free. I gotta love that free stuff. But there was some stuff that did cost some money. I don't know if I'll get. It was kind of nice. It helps keep some of the blueprint stuff. Oh, here we go. Kind of organized. But yeah, so this is like this is. Can I push play or does it not? Okay, so it kind of works, not really. But yeah, so you have like all these different flowers. I don't like that. It has all these other flowers, which I can then set to be like, hey, yes, you can pick these, or no, you can't. Depending, I guess. Then you have the water, which is not. Oh, it's kind of moving. Yeah, you can see it, kind of moving. That's actually really subtle. I kind of like it. But yeah, so this is more of a beach scene. You got your little crabs running around on the ground. I'm not even playing. I think it's part of it. Maybe I'll have to look into it. You got seagulls or birds. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could, and you could actually take these birds. You could probably find them somewhere in here. I don't know where exactly. So let's do bird. So you could take the birds. And then here's the material for the bird. You can actually go in and change some of the material or change colors and stuff. I don't know how to do it exactly, so we can do that later. But let's say I want black, black for like a crow or a raven. We could change these to be black, so you'd have those. Or you could probably pull it out and put it into Blender and give it a little more stuff, and then you can maybe make it like a vulture, or kind of shrink it down, make it like a sparrow or a finch, or something like that. There's a whole bunch of different options though. Wow, man, I haven't used my MacBook in a while, and it looks the screen looks so nice. I need to get back to using it, but we can close that for now. I know we did the cache, and then so we cached our pose, and then we created a main. So I think we can hook the main here. Compile. Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why it was. I'm like, why isn't it working? So what we could do, we can get this working here. Oh yeah, my bad. So there's also something else I keep forgetting to do, which you probably should. So not only is there our animation blueprints, which we're using here, which involves using, our blend space. There's also something called a animation montage. So you can set up, it'll take me a little bit to do it, but montage, and then I'll just kind of show you what it looks like. Test. I don't really care what the name is. So it looks something like this. So then you can drag in your different animations, whatever you're doing, right? It doesn't matter. Just dragging this. I'm dragging some animations, and then what you can do is if you right click, you can do new montage sections. So how this works is you can say, hey, go to this montage section when you're doing this type of thing. So, but yeah, we don't want this. It's not what we want. I was just kind of showing you, but so kind of how to, like I said, I'm not the best at that yet. But there's, like I said, there's always, when you're programming, there's always more than one way to do something. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a good way or a bad way, but most people, for movement, for instance, they'll use like a blend space. I'm trying to think of what they'd use them, like what was I using a montage for? I was using it for dodge. So you could use like a animation montage. So to dodge forward, dodge back, dodge left, right, forward left, forward right, back left, back right. You can set up a montage. So depending on how you're moving, if you were to hit the dodge button, you would dodge that way. So it would know, oh, he's moving to the right. So we're going to use that dodge to go to the right. But like I said, we're not quite at that point yet. We are working more towards just movement right now. But in order to use any sort of the animation montages, we have to set up a default slot, and I don't know how it works. I will have to look into it to fully understand it. So actually, speaking of that, so I'll show you here in 1 second. Research. So I need to go through a lot of, I'm using what's called, I can spell. This is called Oblivion. You can, it is very powerful. There's a ton of stuff you can, like add-ons and stuff you can use with it. But I'm using it for just kind of note taking. So I needed to research the default or slot default slots because I don't fully understand how it works, but it does. So in order to understand it so that I can have a better understanding of how to do this blueprints and stuff, we're going to go look into that later. Where's this at? Then we have, oh, here we go. Locomotion. Wow, man, I can't even spell. I'm finding all these spelling errors. Locomotion. Okay. Within the main, we can create. Okay, we'll create an unarmed state machine. Okay. So when you're making, a game, from my understanding, might not always have, like a weapon in your hand, or like a sword and shield, or just the sword, or two swords, or like a claymore. You won't always use something like that. So you'd have to like, hey, I don't have any sort of thing to, like I don't have any weapon. So you'd be unarmed. So this would be, oh wait, yeah, move this up. So there, so we're unarmed. So we're going to use our normal locomotion. So the other thing is, so if you look locomotion, sword and shield. Wow, man, I need to zoom out. Holy cow. So if we go to Fab, so if, like, you can get a lot of animations if you don't want to do them yourself, and I don't want to do them myself. It would take me way too long. So I usually would wait till maybe they go on sale or something like that. But there's, people that do this. So you have an idle, you have a shield, right? So you have your shield up. You can have a jog animation while you have a shield, sword and shield, because that's what this is. Yeah, essential sword and shield. You can do the dodge, you can do a roll. Like I said, I can't really read all those. Okay, here we go. So when you're running in this is how you do things. So your left mouse while blocking. So if we do block, where's block? Dodge. I'm not saying block. I see attack. Left mouse button while running, run attack, while jumping or falling, plunge attack. So if you're playing Zelda, if you're, you do your downward thrust, it'd be something like that. Hold right mouse L. I don't know what this is to block. So while you're holding it, right? So if you played Skyrim, so you have a shield, well, you can do your shield bash. Oh, bam! So you'd hold your, right mouse to shield, and then you can do your shield badge. Or badge. Shield bash. There we go. So like I said, there's I could make my own, but it would take me so long. I wouldn't mind learning how to do it, so I might kind of take it. And I have this program that can edit animations, so I could kind of look at it and dissect it to kind of understand, because there's a lot more to animations than most people think, because you have to what is it, kinematics. Oops, if I can spell. Basically it's this. Yeah, basically aspects of motion. So of the human body, you have to know the kinematics of the human body to understand how it moves. So some people do animations better. Like if you see, like, you could probably get a free one. I mean, it might work, but it might not be, super realistic type. So it's important to, I mean, when you're actually doing it, to, try to, if you're doing it for like a game studio, like a AAA, or if you're doing it for, that's all I can think of. Maybe if you're doing it for, I got nothing else. Basically like a game studio, right? You'd want it to be more realistic than, some, like me, like an indie developer. That's so they would have a better understanding of how, how do the legs, work. You can watch videos easily on, or they also, I mean, nowadays they use, those full body suits with the little balls on them to kind of see, how the arms move, and it's hooked up to the computer so you can kind of see, and then from there they can do the animations from there. So if someone's, sword and shield, and you can see them, like, take a step forward and, like, do some sort of like sweeping, like a diagonal slash or something like that. So you'll see all that in the computer, and then you can basically kind of animate based off of that. Which is, like I said, that full suit is, I mean, could I go get that full suit and get all the stuff? Yes, I could, but it costs way too much money, and I don't have that much money, so we're not going to do that. That is out of the question. It's ridiculously expensive. I don't know how much it is, but I'm going to just say it's ridiculously expensive, and I'm not going to worry about it. So, because I can go buy something like this, but I do know other developers and, what they use, and I've, been given, hey, go check this out. So, oh shoot, I just closed that, dang it. Okay, hang on. Let's open it again. We'll find it. Sword and shield. Animation. There we go. So let's open this up. So, I mean, I could get this. Oh, do they have, I thought they might have a lot of times, like if you use Fab or some other, oh, here we go. Video preview, update 5. They'll have like some sort of YouTube channel where you can watch. I don't think you guys can hear it, but you can sit, I mean, if you go look up stuff, you can sit here and watch, see what's new, or what they've done. And let's say you wanted to buy it, so you could buy it. Well, I don't like how some of these look. So then you can kind of go tweak it yourself. So instead of doing all this by yourself, you can be like, hey, I like this base, and then I just want to tweak a couple of them to make it how I feel would be a little better. So you can always do that. And so let's, but yeah, so anytime you want to look up stuff, it's right here. It looks like there's an animation list. And it's nothing there. There we go. So then you see, okay, two-handed offsets, front. I don't know what some of these are. Left, right, forward, forward up, forward down, forward something maybe. Not really sure. But yeah, it gives you like, hey, that's, you got a couple, like if you're playing Skyrim, how you do some special attack where it would slow down or whatever. You could do something similar with these. Sword and shield, two-handed unarmed. So I don't know how well the two-handed would work. Just all right, because I'm thinking if we watch that video start up, it had that two-handed sword. But if you think about it, Liberty. It's pronounced Bibberty. There we go. I must hit next. So if we look, that's like, that'd be a perfect animation for two-handed sword, but what if I have a what's that? That's a serve. I don't know what that means. Oh, I got a new one. I got this one. Hey. Oops, it's not that. Let's not do it there. Let's do it down here. I don't even know if it would work down here. Oh, it's not gonna work. There's a couple of new ones I got. It's like, hey guys. Okay, yeah, I got a couple of those myself. But what was it? Let me go over. Oh, can I do it here? Yeah, like that one. I have that one. I have the Paul Chop. That's the other one I have. That one was like 75, hype trade is 75. Oh, okay. You know, I should probably start doing that. Because I don't like how, I mean, if I'm in it, that's all I'm gonna say is Twitch. But yeah, so what I'm saying is like two-handed sword, that's perfect. But let's say I have a hybrid or halberd, a spear or something like that. That wouldn't work. You'd want to have your hands further apart, so you'd have to kind of edit some of these, I think. Okay, 25 to I'll have to remember that. I might need to start pinging because I like to lurk, and then sometimes I don't lurk that well. So I will try to start lurking like that, I think. Just go in there and pop in an emote. Drag, oh, the cache. There we go. Drag cache. We do the locomotion pose cache. So there. So then if we compile, there we go. We should have, if we go in here, I think we have this. So if we go in here, we go to our animation blueprint. We did character. So this, oh, it's not working. I do this all day long. Lurk on others while they're streaming. Okay. I thought I didn't know it's Twitch. I would prefer if they're like, because how does it work? Let's see if, because I heard you can only have like 3 people up for it to actually count. If you have 4, then it still only works with 3, even if you're like doing your little or emotes, or if you go and talk for a little bit here or there, and then you kind of go off do something else. I heard that you can only do it to like 3 streams at once. Okay, so my animations are not working. So let me. So what's happening is that we go into our. Man, that's messed up because I can, let's say sometimes I have like 4 people up and I can hear every single one of them talking, and I know like somehow I can handle it. I don't know how. But if I hear something in one of the streams, I might go in and like post something. But yeah, that's kind of messed up. You want to know what? I didn't set speed up. That's why it's not working. So if you go, okay, we need to go here. That's why it's not working. Because it basically what's happening is it's like if we go in here, it's like, what is this speed? It doesn't know what the speed is. It's there. So we have to go close all these down real quick. Go to our event graph. Which is kind of weird. It's go to the animation class. So it's saying, I don't think it's the it says BP third person character. So it's saying to go here, but this isn't what that's for. I think we need to be in here. We can drag in speed. I remember how to do this. We'll need to get the speed so we can go back to. Oh, there it is. It's this. It's this. And then we do get velocity. Okay, get velocity, but that's not the right velocity. I think. Well, it might be the right one. get velocity. Vector point. So we don't want this. We want this. Then we want this. See if this works. Yeah, look at that. We did it. We did it. I figured it out. I couldn't remember. I'm like, okay, so their jump doesn't work that well. So if we run and then we stop. See that animation right there? The one that's kind of step forward and back, that's the like go back here. Let me push play. So this walk stop animation that we have, that's this last little part where he takes like this. So if we didn't have that, let's say we didn't have that, I can, what's this real quick? Okay. We can delete that and then we can do this, right? No, it goes from here to here. So then we'll set the, there we go. And we can do, we'll do speed. What is, oh, that's weird. Bring that up there, close. That was weird. So speed is less than or equal to 0. And then if we hook this up, I saved it. So if we look how this looks, my mouse. Okay. Oh my gosh. We're gonna go out here real quick. There we go. See, if you watch the animation now, it's just a boom. It stops pretty quick. And I mean, this I actually now that I did this because I wanted to test it out. We can click this and click delete and go back down here. I think this looks better. So what do you guys, chat? What do you guys think of this, guys and gals, and everybody? So if you go back to this and then do less than or equal to, get this out. Oh my gosh! No, we don't do that. There we go. I always forget. All right. Was there? Oh yeah. So this needs to go back to that. Now we're good. No issues because a check. So if we go here, I don't know. That's kind of interesting. It might. I think that you want to know. I think it'll be all right. I don't see any issues with that. I think it looks good myself. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think the other one, it was like bam. It was like very quick. So we could, yeah, no, it's fine. It'll be all right. So we double check. Yeah, AVP character. Oh my gosh. The hours I spent working on this right here, trying to figure out why there was, what was the issue was when you looked. So here, I'll show you real quick. So as you can see, my character still runs when I look straight down. The issue I was having was, actually I can show you. We can just do this. This, I think it's that one. Oh, it might be this. I forget which one it was. One of these was, it's super, it took me forever. This is what was going on. I was like, I spent hours searching and to see why it was doing this. And people are like, oh, do this. Oh, none of it worked. None of it. And then I found some obscure post from like 10 years ago. Or no, it wasn't 10 years. It was, might have been 5 years ago. Right around, I think it might have been right around the time UE 5 came out. We're like, oh yeah, just don't do this. and it works fine now. Works perfectly fine. See now, there we go. Perfect. No issue. Besides it looking weird when it jumps. But yeah, so, and unfortunately it is getting to be about that time. Because I don't have too much time during the double check. I don't think my daughter worked today. Pretty sure she did. I'm pretty sure she worked. Think I'm pretty sure she worked or works Wednesday at 10 or gets out at 10:30. That's my wife. That's not my daughter. There we go. Yeah, she works Wednesday 4 to 10:30. Okay. But yeah, so we are. So the next thing, so our animation for now, I think it looks all right. I don't really see any. I mean, that's what you Unreal comes with by default. Is this? I mean, we can actually check that out by going here. We can change this to this Manny one right there. If we push play, see, it looks the exact same, but he immediately stops. He jumps too. We haven't set that up yet. I don't. It does not look natural. You're like running and then you just stop. Who does that? Nobody. Nobody does that. So I think ours looks a little bit better. With that slight step. I am going to cut the animation though. We can do that next time. See how that little ending I don't like. I like that the extra step right there. That little is all right. Oh, looks like we have an ad. Oh, we got an ad. It's fine. Let's run back real quick. Let's take a look real quick. Shit. Okay. Let's we got 30 seconds. All right. Okay, let's do. Hey, how you doing, Meg? I swear to God, I will jump on Arma with you soon. Just I don't know when. Uh, um, that is actually better. I think it might need to be a little bit faster, but I will. I will just have to figure it out a day. I'll have to look at your schedule. Oh, good it is. All right, sorry, I'm messing with this. I don't know how much. Ooh, what? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Okay. That's something else we'll need to figure out. So if you notice what I'm seeing, I'm running right. I go into that little animation, and right before I come out, I see how he starts sliding. I'll have to fix that. Okay. We'll do research/fix. Oops. dash fit. Okay, we that so research here. It's actually kind of neat too. Here, I'll show you. Really neat. So if you wanted to have it make some headers, do this 1 2 3, and then bam, it goes away. So it's like a header, and then you can do 1 2 3 fix 3 the walk stop animation. Animation is, oops, I spelled that wrong. Or has to play. Into the walk run. So I wonder if I do have to get going though, but here I am curious if we do this. Right? So we set this up to do that. So if we set I don't think this is gonna work how I think I'm thinking. We could try though. If we do greater than 0. Let's see what happens. It's always good to just test things out. See, it's not doing it. Oops, all right. So let's go to this bigger screen. So if we watch, we're running, goes into the animation, it can't. I guessed that I was right. It's working perfectly. Yes. Okay, perfect. Oh, good job. I pat myself on the back. Thank you, chat. Make me go back and look at that. Perfect. We fixed the issue. So we will do a little thing here. The issue was fixed by having a transition back from the walk stop to the walk run. Okay, we are good. Who do we have that's on right now? First I will stop over on YouTube though. So YouTube, it's been great. Thanks for everyone for stopping by. I will be back. I don't know for sure. Maybe Thursday and Friday. Like I said, I don't know for sure. I will have to wait and see. Wednesday I usually don't because I do shopping. I don't get back till late, and then I have to pick up my daughter as well. So Thursday I don't think anything's going on. I don't think anything's going on Friday. So I'll probably be back then. Doing some more of this. We have our running down. We got a little bit of the issues fixed. It looks like I don't see any issues. So yeah, we'll do that. So YouTube, I will see you guys later. Let me go over to here real quick, minimize that. So bye, yeah, YouTube.